What you want? Do you want more? Yeah, I'm on here. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm full of fire today. So I'm going to be talking some shit. And guess what? I don't fucking care if people like it. Because the thing about it is, that's me. I be talking shit. I didn't come here to coddle anybody. And I was pretending to do that. You know, be all nice. That's not me. Okay. My Mercury is in Aries. So I have a fucking flame in my attached to my throat chakra. Okay. I'm not gonna light it up. Go down, backbiter. Cause I'm so tired of watching these conversations happen about this Will Smith shit. Like, okay, first of all, here's my number one problem with it. You know how much energy you're wasting giving to this conversation that don't have shit to do with you, the other shit that you could be doing? So much. But also, it really baffles me that people don't understand that that is matching energy. Everybody wants to jump out here and be like, I match energy. Do you really? Do you understand matching energy? Because we don't all fight the same way. We don't all fight the same way. So obviously to Will Smith, them was fighting words. So he brought his this is how I fight into the situation. Some people, like I was saying the other day, do not play the game they end it. So you need to be prepared sometimes to get slapped the fuck. But also, and here goes the last thing that I have to say before I get into the cards. How the hell are black people, these very same black people who are like, Will Smith shouldn't have done that. You know, there's a time and a place for everything, you know, because like that was the Academy Awards and blah, 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 and public decorum and society and doing what's right and blah, 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 fucking blah. How these same people want to be free from oppression, but don't feel like it's ever appropriate to slap the piss out of somebody? Do you think that's how you get free? You have to break the system up. You have to do something brand new. You have to change the wave. But that's why we're where we are, because nobody's fucking brave. You want to be milk toast, but also be free from oppression. That's not going to be the way. In order to get your freedom, you're going to have to break the chains. So that means that sometimes you got to go against the grain, but you scared because your job, because your fake ass fucking internet persona. That's not even you. Who is that? You made that motherfucker up. You made that person up. That's not even you. Probably copied somebody else to decide who it was. Like, come on. Like, if it's about freedom, it's about being free. Today's card is the Emperor. Okay. And for me, the thing that's coming up right here, and look at them, that they look like Aries symbols. Come on. Come on. We got the new moon in Aries. I am going to light this bitch up. I am going to. So I don't know what y'all gonna do for your new moon ritual, but I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna satisfy my soul. Come on, thank you, Bob. I'm gonna satisfy my soul. I am going to become the divine igniter. Because that's my job. It's for me to light y'all up. That's it. So I gotta be that. And don't ask me no damn questions about why I bring a bullhorn with a torch on the inside of it everywhere I go, because you got to light it up. You know, that's how you express yourself correctly with the truth. Like it's too much fake shit out here. Too many people going like this when they really want to say fuck you. Are you scared to say fuck you? What's gonna happen if you say fuck you? What's gonna happen? You gonna get in trouble? You gonna get in trouble? Like, let me find out. I'm not afraid to get in trouble. Like it like this. I like it like this. Satisfy my soul. So yeah, prepare to be sick of me. Prepare to be like, I don't follow her anymore. She's just too aggressive. Whatever. I guess there's a time and a place for everything. Sick of y'all perfect motherfuckers out here. Fake ass fucking perfect bitch. Fake ass perfect motherfucker. Oh, I just went bought 6 new cars because I'm perfect. You are miserable. You are miserable. You are miserable. And that's why you buying all that shit. That's why you buying all that shit, because you're trying to cover up the fact that you don't fucking feel good. And you can't express yourself correctly. And you're fucking lonely. Shit. Oh, yeah. All right. I am calling in the support of my angels, ancestors, guides, ascended masters, my heavenly Father, my creator who lives in me. Hallelujah. I'm at peace. I'm at ease. I honor and see myself. I agree to find the path, stay the course, trust the process, enjoy the journey. Amen. And I also agree that if I need to, I'm going to be able to say, excuse me, but fuck you. Okay. So we're going to put excuse me on there so that we can put a little bit of decorum on there for you perfect patties out there who want to make sure that everyone sees you perfectly. You're packaged so well. You're packaged perfectly. Living in mean girl hell. Baby. I don't give a fuck. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. How the fuck we gonna get free and you don't even know who to fucking be? Come on, dude. All right, so what do you want to know? What does it take to become a leader, a confident leader? You got the emperor. What does it take to become a confident leader? I mean, I'm like, okay, so everybody wants to be a leader in their field, but don't you think sometimes leaders have to make hard decisions that may hurt other people? Like, I'm not saying we should just slap folks, but look at it energetically. If you ever have to do anything that other people might see as aggressive, like, oh, well, like you got to follow the call of your spirit. That's what it's about, being a leader. So let's see. What does it take to become a great leader? And how do we get brave? And then I also wanted to note that your dreams might be more amplified. I know I had an interesting dream last night. Really interesting. But it brought me so much clarity on like something that had kind of been, I don't want to say it was stressing me out, but I was like, I'm not sure how this would work if it was to actually come to fruition. And I saw it in the dream and it was fine. You know, it was fine. It really was. And I think it came too from having a conversation with this guy who's a creative, and we're working together to do something poetic. And he was just telling me that, you know, how his relationship is with his wife. And it was cool to get that clarity, you know, because I'll be like, I don't want nobody who's going to try to control me, because I, first of all, cannot be controlled. But that means that I also have to check the part of myself that wanted to control, you know, because most of the time that's what happens. It's like there's this aspect of yourself that's like the mirror image of what it is that you really, you know, desire. So I desire independence and partnership at the same time. But if that's out of balance, then you'll be in a clingy codependent space because you need to heal that, you know? So it was cool to have that dream. There was something else that was in that too, but it was cool. So yeah, so we got the moon and Neptune in a conjunction, but also making sextile to Pluto. So transformation through dreams. and visions, which I think is good because that allows you to set your intention at the new moon with real excellent clarity. And don't forget, we've got Chiron and the sun in close conjunction, which is bringing out the wounds. So that's why I got triggered by looking at how all these people fake ass want to be free. You don't want to be free. You don't want to be free because you're not willing to do what's required of you to get that freedom. Like imagine Nat Turner being like, I can't rebel. If I rebel, Massa gonna beat me up. Dog. Like, how do you get free if you don't practice some sort of rebellion? How do you get freedom if you don't operate in some sort of rebellion, some sort of going against the grain? It takes something new to change the wave. Everybody wants to change the wave by doing what they always did. How are you going to change the wave without making some kind of change? You can't do that. It's an impossibility, dude. Y'all so serious about that shit. I'm finna be extra regular for the rest of my life, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna be fabulous. Okay, if you say so. Steer it up. If you say so. Like whatever. Whatever. I'm not gonna be worried. I'm just gonna do what I'm supposed to do, which is be a change maker. That means that I'm going to do things that go against the grain. You probably won't ever see me doing the things that the rest of society are doing. And I'm okay with that because I was born to be different. I was not born to be milk toast. Y'all know that's my new favorite word, milk toast. Because I'm not bland and boring. Never will be. And I'm so glad about it. So glad about it. Like, and I don't have any fears about how people see what I'm saying. Like, okay, and if you don't like what I said, I don't care. I'm not posting for likes. You know, I don't post because I'm like, let me see how many people like this. This is my free creative expression. This is how I am freeing myself from the years I spent locked in the fucking cycle of bullshit perfectionism. What's up, Junius? Peace in the streets. I was raging a little bit ago because I felt like it was required. All right, so today's question is, what does it take to become a leader? And the reason why I've got there is because I've got the Emperor card, and I see that there are some look like rams around his throne. In this Aries season, we got the Aries new moon. And I am triggered by the fact that Black people have so many issues with what happened at the Oscars. No, it wasn't necessarily appropriate. No, I would not necessarily suggest slapping the piss out of somebody just because they made a joke, but that was matched energy. But additionally, the only way to freedom, whether it is, through conversation or it is through war, is to change the wave and do something different. So everybody's saying, they want to be free from oppression, but nobody is willing to slap the piss out of somebody who is oppressing them or hurting them in any way, So when is the time and place come in? When do you decide now is the time, So anyway, I got triggered by that because it's clown shit to me. Honk, honk. All right, so what does it take to become a leader? Let's ask these cards first. Steer it up. Eight hearts. That is lining up with the Eight of Cups, the long journey, the long spiritual journey to self-discovery. Oh no, that's not going to be the music that we listen to. That's not going to be the music that we listen to. I better be on my thing that says live now. Okay, let's do this Motown. See what they talk about. All right. So we've got the Eight of Cups. Where do I want to put this? Right here, I guess. We got the Eight of Cups. Eight hearts. I agree with that. Two hearts. So two cups. Okay. I'll take that even though I was not done shuffling. 4 hearts. Okay, so it's looking quite emotional right here, which I mean, that is what it takes, emotion. But in order to become a leader, it definitely begins with the long journey to self discovery in order for you to become balanced within yourself. To me, 2 cups, yeah, it's a union card that's like, okay, you and another party flowing back and forth, but also you and you, your human self, your lower self, and your higher self working together in tandem to see all opportunities in all things and love in all things, even aggression, you know, because I think that's one thing that people miss too is like, just because something feels like rage or pain doesn't mean that there's not still some love in it, you know? Like you can tell the difference between just straight hatred and something that is like, man, this person was really passionate about that because they were affected, because it hit their heart or that it hit their wound. You know what I'm saying? So, like, being a leader means that, and this is like I said the other day, it means that you can tell when somebody is wounded. You can tell when somebody needs something. You can also make those hard choices and those decisions that require sometimes rage and aggression or hurting somebody, even though, you know, you may not want to. But, like, let's look at it in terms of war. If I was a great strategist, which I am, and I was trying to win a war, I can't be worried about whether or not what I come up with or what I tell people to do is going to hurt the enemy. You know, you got to be able to make those kinds of discernments. You know, like, okay, even if I make this choice and I tell these people to do this thing, it's because I love them. Hey, Dana, I'm just kind of rambling a little bit. A sweet taste in my mouth now. All right, so let's get the tarot cards. Be my spouse. All right. So yeah, the long journey, self-discovery, in order for you to come to balance, but to be able to see love in all things, even moments when which you have to practice some sort of aggression. I think Dana, we talked about this the other day about using your fire directly, you know, like a dragon versus, oh, I'm just reckless, you know. So that's one of the things that it does take to become a leader. Like you got to be able to still do the thing, like even if it potentially might hurt somebody else. Come on, like you gonna. And that's why I'm so frustrated by this whole thing is because people are like, there's a time and a place for everything. You don't stand up for yourself. Period. If you don't love yourself and you don't give a damn about who you are, then just fucking say that. You should never rage on somebody. Sometimes it takes that. Who else is going to stand up for you? And that's why I said we don't know how everybody fights. Everybody has a different fighting style. You're going to tell somebody who is designed to fight with fire that they need to go and do something different because you would feel more comfortable with it. Really, fuck you, because you cannot tell somebody how they are to come to battle. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Okay. I don't know why I threw that over there because now I'm not going to be able to put these away. Anyway, yeah, I'm full of fire today. I really am because I'm just sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. All these scared ass people who can't stand up for themselves, don't know how to accept the humanity in others. Like, we're not going to be all the same. Y'all got to let people just be free. If I'm more free than you, that's fine, you know? And I got to let y'all be milk toast if that's who you are. And fortunately for me, I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to the people who are full of fire and won't let themselves breathe the fire. Okay, what else? What else does it take to become a leader? Yeah, I'm fired up today. And I'm all right with that. And it's gonna be an unfortunate situation for anybody who get in my fucking way today. Today is not the day for you to try to flex on me. And that's the thing is I have a lot of people in my life who think I'm still the person I was. They could run me down, tell me what to do, mishandle me. I'm not her. So you've got to get reintroduced to me. I hope you like it. And if you don't, oh well, click off. Oh well, click off if you don't like it. I say what I'm supposed to say. I should have never been up here trying to act like I was somebody I wasn't. My fault for introducing you to myself incorrectly. But I had a conversation last night with somebody who was like, don't feel bad about that. You know, how long it took you to get to the point to express yourself correctly as you are. Because that's part of the journey, you know, that's part of what you had to wait in and wade through. I'm not going to listen to this either. I am not going to do it. Why am I in the chat? You know what? Whatever's going on with Mercury right now, I'm going to need it to sit down somewhere. Really. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. So now the music isn't going to play. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I know what it is. So like I was saying that we had the Sun and Chiron in a conjunction with Mercury is right there too. So that's all I said. I'm full of fire. I'm not going to stop myself from speaking what I need to speak today. I'm just done with it. Like I said, how do you want to get free, but you're never going to be in the position to slap the mess out of somebody? You might have to do that. You might have to sometimes. Like the kings don't go, well, we can't go to war right here because we might hurt those other people. No. No. The Five of Cups. Whew. What else? Hanged Man. Mm-hmm. So how you doing today, Dana? You good? Neither one of us. Yeah, I already know people are gonna be like, "You're a bitch." Give a fuck. Like, call me bitch. Care. Like, I'm sick of being boxed in. You know, like, I'm just tired. Tired of operating like that. Like, I don't want to anymore. Oh, Ten of Swords, reverse. Dealing good, but dealing with the almost grown daughter. Oh, I know what that means. She's full of fire too. It's so hard, like being the mother of a daughter, because it's like just you, and you're like, oh my God, am I really this much? And the answer usually is yes. But the patience that we get, you know, it's good. Six of Wands in reverse. Okay. Can't be no way. Okay. So we already know that the way to become a leader and to get into your bravery is through going on the long spiritual journey to balance and learning to see the love in all things, even those moments in which you might have to hurt somebody else. Okay. So I think mostly it's getting into a place where you don't let your emotions control you, but you're in control of the emotions. Now, that's not to say that you never let yourself express, because you have to. You have got to. But when you are not in control of your emotions and you're looking like, I'm not going to be able to make this move because I may hurt somebody else, You don't let yourself move forward. You keep yourself in a space of suspension because you are not able to serve the best interest of the people who are following behind you, or even yourself. And I think it also takes, and I'm seeing the 10 of swords and the 6 of wands in reverse here. It also takes being able to be the type of person, just like I said, that some people don't like, that some people don't like. Like my son found these stickers at the gas station of Joe Biden. And it says, I did that. And so somebody had put them off on top of all of these gas pumps. But he's a leader, though. Some people don't like him. Not everybody is going to like you in your position or your role of leadership, but that's okay. Because just like I said, I'm not the leader of the milk toast. I am the leader of the fire breathing dragon. So I don't have to be palatable to people who aren't supposed to be getting behind me. If you're not the type of person that doesn't feel like you can ever go slap the piss out of somebody to get your freedom, then you're not on my team. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But one thing about me is I'm going to explain to people who do have passion and fire in them that it is okay for them to be passionate individuals, because the world has told them it is not okay for them to be passionate individuals. Like, think of how many people didn't comment on the Will Smith situation who wanted to say, hell yeah, I would have slapped the mess out of him too. Those are the people I'm talking to. The people who are afraid to say they would have raged. It's okay. You just got to find a way to, just like I was talking about with Dana, channel your rage more directly and precisely, and to use it in the times that it is necessary for you to use that energy. When we're not taught that it's okay, we bottle it up. And then one day we explode at the Academy Awards and we slap the mess out of Chris Rock. And so many people were like, oh my God, I never would have expected him to do that, because, he's been fake ass controlled for his whole entire celebrity. Remember whenever he came out as a rapper, he would never really use cuss words and stuff like that in his art. But then just the other day said fuck loudly twice. This is the same person. This is the same individual. You know what I mean? So imagine getting to the point where you're like, I'm about to break. I'm tired of this. And that's kind of where I am too, because it's like, I am a passionate individual. People don't expect that out of me. They want me to be little and cute and sit here and go like this and be like, oh my God, I just love it when y'all disrespect me. No, I don't. And I'm not going to keep being quiet about it. So you do have to get to the point where you don't care how people see you. You don't care how you're viewed. Like, that doesn't matter anymore. Like, what you gonna do? Write an article on how I said, excuse me, but fuck you? Go ahead, but make sure you type my name correctly. If you're gonna talk about me, say my name right. Say my name right. That's the only thing I can say. Okay, what else? What else? I don't even know what day it is. 2 of Swords in reverse. I think it's Thursday. I use that word intermittently. Yeah. Strength in reverse too. Oh. I mean, it's hard out here for somebody who's supposed to be stepping into a role of leadership. I haven't wanted to do it. I haven't been like, because of these type of things. I don't want to have to be able to be like hated by some, but like, that's the thing, is like, some people gonna hate you, and that's really not your problem. It's not your responsibility to make sure everybody likes you. Page of Wands. Everything that a woman needs to get a man. How can she lose with the stuff she 24, 36. I don't know. I'm tired of it. I didn't got to the point where I'm like, I don't care. Oh, the fraudulence is so. Ten of Swords again. That's 2 times. Okay, so I see 2 swords in reverse, strength in reverse, Page of Wands, and 10 of Swords. So I feel like what I'm getting off of this is like, okay, you cannot be afraid to use your power, whatever it is. And a lot of us are ashamed of our magic, if you will, because whatever your individual gifts are, and to me also too, how you fight, how you go to battle, how you stand up for yourself, how you show up for yourself, a lot of people feel shame about that because, like I was saying, going back to just what I said, growing up, you're told you're wrong for whatever it is that you come up with to stand up for yourself. It could be, getting in trouble at school, and your parents reprimand you for the principal calling and that kind of thing, so then you never want to stand up for yourself and flex again because you don't want that same feeling that comes from being reprimanded for being a little bit too strong. But I mean, sometimes you got to let that part of you die that is afraid to be full of fire in order for you to become who it is that you need to be to rule the empire. When you grow up, you are supposed to represent the adults. You're definitely not supposed to represent yourself. You're definitely not supposed to represent yourself. You're not. But that's the thing, is like, okay, well, your parents are sometimes afraid of you too, because they can see in you where the passion is. I know that was a problem for me growing up. My parents were like, girl, you you're a problem. And not just like in a way of like, okay, I'm so reckless, but I was so rebellious, and especially with my throat chakra, I would be like, nah, we ain't doing that. And after a while, I was just like, I don't want anybody to say anything to me about how I am anymore. I don't want, so I just turned it off. And then I started letting people take advantage of me because I was like, well, I guess it's better for me to just say okay and accept whatever I'm getting right here versus me being my truth and being like, oh, I'm not going to tolerate this. You know, I'm not going to take this. I don't have to take this. But I'm okay. I'm back, baby. Whatever. So today is going to be a day of reckoning for somebody. I can already see it. And I know who it is. Come on with the hot shit. Cause I got plenty of incense over here. We can set them on fire as well. We can set them on fire as well. You know, like you just don't know. Like, don't be looking at somebody and being like, oh, I can just do this person like this. You don't know what the switch is and what might happen. Especially when people learn how to control that fire. I don't have to explode on you, but something gonna pop off. Something gonna happen. Because if I feel like I need to fight back or defend myself, then it's gonna be something. It might not be an explosion. It might not even be me breathing fire on you. It could be something else that you least expect. And it might not even be right now. But it's gonna pop up on you. Because I'm gonna protect myself. I don't give a damn. And that's the thing, is like, I might not even have to do it myself. I may just ask my spirit guides to protect me. I may ask the divine to protect me. And they're gonna do it. So I really be suggesting that people do not fuck with me. because I really am not out here just fucking with people. Like, I don't like that. I don't think that being malicious and hurtful is the way. Like, why do you need to attack and assault others or pick at them or whatever? Uh-uh. That's not it. Like, I'm for the underdog. I'm for those people who can't defend themselves, who haven't been able to defend themselves, who are here to create and don't know how to tap into that energy because somebody told them they were wrong in it. The blue flame. Come on. Give me some money. What I want. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. You know, when I think about spontaneous awakening, sometimes I think about times like whenever you have a break and you just be like, ah, rage. And then after that, you be like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. And you end up on a journey because you're like, I just had a mental breakdown. You did, but it's okay. You got broken down so that you could be built up. You know, you got broken down so that you could get built up. That's what it's about. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. Okay, let's read the blue flame. Let's read the blue flame. Okay, this is a card of awakening and energetic upgrades. Perhaps you're going through a period of spontaneous awakening, receiving visions and having experiences that are out of the ordinary. In the West, little is known about the process of spontaneous awakening, and it can feel very scary when we're going through it alone. Elsewhere, they can be seen as auspicious experiences with those going through them being treated with tender care. Y'all know in certain societies or tribes, rather, when somebody has a break like that and becomes aware, the shaman then takes them and teaches them how to use their power. But what happens in our society? You are ostracized, you are shunned and shamed because you slapped somebody, or because you threw something, or because you raged and said fuck you on the soccer field. Me, you know, because you raged and said fuck you to the referee, you know. That doesn't happen. We don't get taken to get taught, hey, you are powerful. We're going to teach you how to channel that rage, how to channel that energy, how to make magic from this energy, how you can turn that into love and put it out into the collective as the light that shines through your flesh. That is not how it is done here. The blue beings are thought to be activating beings with great potential for healing and upgrading our cellular structures. They appear in moments of extreme awakening, activating a physical Kundalini awakening and deep cellular and DNA healing. Many people glamorize the awakening process. However, in reality, it is much messier and more difficult than most of us believe. We must first let go of what we think we know for sure and how we make sense of the world. Absolutely. And that's what I was saying when I was looking at this Page of Wands and the Ten of Swords on the top layer. I'm looking at you needing to go ahead and let the part of you die that is attached to being accepted and approved of by society. Because the truth is that who you're supposed to be is probably outside of the box. And that's okay. Your tribe will find you as soon as you find you and you start to be yourself and be who you're supposed to be. Okay, this isn't easy. The awakening process, even when it's spontaneous, takes a considerable amount of time to integrate. And awakening without integration can leave us feeling very ungrounded. Absolutely. If you're in the midst of an awakening, the process never ends. Treat this time as deeply sacred and give yourself ample space to ground and integrate the extreme changes you're going through. Absolutely. Absolutely. You've got to be able to ground that. And this is what I always say too. I feel like I teach people how to be human, but in a way of grounding their light in their body. Because what happens is so many people who get on a spiritual awakening get so wrapped up in the higher chakras and in being, you know, really enlightened and la 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 and oh, it's all divine. Yeah, but the thing about it is we still have a body and you still have to be here in your body. So how do you ground the light in the body in order for you to use the light to serve humanity instead of ignoring what's happening in humanity and you're on a mountaintop somewhere trying to be new Jesus, and people are suffering, and you could easily have a message to share that would help change the wave right there, but you're on the moon, you know? And I've been there. Oh my God, I spent so much time being like, oh my God, we don't have to do this anymore. We don't have to, we can just be free, and oh, we can live like this. And I was just ignoring the fact that there are millions of homeless people. There are millions of people who are being ridiculed for being passionate. There are millions of children being assaulted sexually and physically, emotionally. And there are parents who hate parenting and hate themselves. And all of these things I have like some kind of personal experience on, and I can share a message there. That's why I have the experience, so I can share the messages on these things that are affecting other humans. But now I have insight and I've been enlightened, so now I can see it from a different level. I need to talk about it. I don't need to go to a mountain and be new Jesus. I need to be here sharing the message of truth. And so do you. Whatever your experience is, you had it so that you could help others. You are to be a great leader. You don't have hard experiences that grow you so much, and you get to be so expansive when you don't have anybody who is waiting for you to become the leader that they deserve, desire. So many people are lost and they're waiting for somebody just like you who has a similar experience as them to share with them the truth. You know, how many people probably somewhere feeling shame right now because this is like a really triggering week, and they probably got into a fight at the gas station or somewhere else and end up cussing out somebody, and now they're at their house like, I shouldn't have done that. No, you probably shouldn't have, but did you know that you can use that energy for something else? Did you know that you don't have to shame yourself for being passionate, and you can just use that energy for something else? It's okay. Like, don't allow these people to shame you because they don't have any fire. It's okay to be full of fire. Accept yourself. Accept yourself. I can't imagine being the type of person who never got mad about anything. Or when you get mad, this is what you do. Oh, I'm so mad. Are you really so mad? That's how you get so mad? I'm so angry. Okay. Not me. If I get so angry, I'm going to talk about it for at least 20 minutes. And at least 5 of those minutes, I'm going to hit an octave that you don't want to hear. Because I let myself have my moments. I don't try to block myself from any aspect of my humanity. If I got to cry, I cry. If I got to scream, I scream. If I want to laugh, I laugh. If I want to love, I love. I do not hold myself hostage to anything that society says is appropriate. Fuck that. Fuck that. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay. 22. First of all, we know 22. Excellent angel number. Orinda, honor your mystical creative force. Boom. Yes. Come on. Let's see what they say about this. Beautiful. There is a mystical force present in all people that empowers them to affect the world or affect change in their own lives. Orinda appears when it is time to make a sacrifice in order to move into the next creative expression of self. The maiden contemplates her role in creation, the seed, the birth, the nurture, the release, both in her ability to procreate and her choices of expressing her creative force in relationships. Music, art, and food. Yes, vibe. She sits bathed in the light of the distant full moon, her mystical powers reflecting far into the past and far into the future. The sacred snake extends from her woven hair. Yes, it does. You know, the snake is a symbol of femininity. And I had those dreams oh my God, my son has a dentist appointment. They were reminding me. I had that dream the other day in which there was a bunch of snakes there, but I think it's just about the goddess rising. Like, you know, initially you'll be like, oh my God, somebody's trying to work black magic on me. But I don't necessarily think that's the case in the dream that I had. I feel like it's just about me allowing myself to be in a feminine space, and allowing my fire to do this. It is, wait, oh, okay. Okay. See, now this is getting weird. Her blood is offered to it as a sacrifice, and she's offering her blood to the snake. It is the sacred dance of creation to give life and in return have some of her own taken away. Okay, well, I guess we just talk about that. Allowing part of yourself, the part of yourself that is not brave and creative, to die and give birth and give way to the part of yourself that is a creative leader, a messenger, because that's really who I'm talking to. Who has a message that needs to be shared? You need to share it. Yes. Okay. This card embodies the ancient goddess as she was depicted in the Garden of Eden as a primordial omniscient serpent, the bearer of wisdom. Oh, okay. If this card is drawn by a woman seeking to start a family, it confers pregnancy and fertility. Orinda relates to all the sacred female cycles, the transitions of maiden to mother to crone, blessing them as divine and equally valuable and beautiful. Well, that kind of hits on what I was saying yesterday about when it comes to femininity. And then when listening to what they're saying in the card, it kind of pisses me off. That if what they're saying is accurate, that means that our whole lives we're taught that, in the book, the serpent was the bad guy. But if it's not a guy, if it's a woman who was trying to give wisdom to another woman, why would they tell us that story that way? What do they want us to think about ourselves as women? And being a knowledgeable woman, being a powerful woman is bad, is what I'm now receiving from that message. So what do you feel about yourself as a girl growing up in a society that is built around men? You can't speak. You can't be strong unless you are a certain way. And then they will allow you to speak. That is incorrect. And I do not like it. And I think the goddess is rising. We are being reborn as we need to be, as powerful women who don't worry about being palatable for this group or that group. Like, we just need to be. And I myself personally have felt so much shame around being a woman and needing to say what I need to say. And I was sexually assaulted as a child by an older man, of course, by older boys, and I never felt my power as a woman. I always felt like I was supposed to be in this position of, well, they just tell me what to do. They just tell me how to this and how this, and I have to say yes to it. I had a conversation with my daughter. I guess I'm getting emotional. But I had a conversation with my daughter the other day, and she told me that this boy kissed her. And I told her, she didn't have to say yes to that, because she said, well, mommy, he told me that I should do it. And I didn't want her to feel like she has to. Just because somebody tells you they want you to do something doesn't mean that you have to say yes to it. And it makes me sad because she already feels like she lost her power. And I'm almost 40 years old, just getting to the point where I feel like I can take my power back as a woman. It's just crazy. But this is the society we live in. I'm sorry I cried. I really hate crying on here. But sometimes that happens. And that's why I never wanted everybody to just see it, because sometimes I get into my feelings and I start crying. But it affected me because it reminded me of just having to say yes to everything, because, you don't have any power. The boys hold the power. The boys hold the power. You're just here. And that's wrong. Thank you, Dana. Well, you know what? Your tears also have power. You know, my tears also, I feel like there's magic in them. And, you know, I allow myself to transmute something just into, just even in talking about how I felt about feeling powerless to be as free and expressive as I want to be. Because I was never really able to say anything. Like I wanted to say no every time somebody was assaulting me. But what do you say? You know, especially when you're little, you're like, okay, especially when you've been learning that from the time you're 3 years old or something over and over again, you know, it's hard to say, no, I don't accept this. So I want to make sure that doesn't happen to her. And I can't lie, you know, it's been a fear for me that I just hope that she can stay protected because it just damaged so much of me. But it gave me power too because, you know, I can speak to that in other women and even men who have been affected by that. Like you can say no and you can be in control of yourself and your body and you can own your own power. Okay. We got personal growth again. So yes, this is about personal growth. It's about, you know, to be a leader, you got to grow into your power and you're not going to be able to be concerned about whether or not somebody's going to like you or appreciate what it is that you're bringing as a leader. Like you're not going to be for everybody and you're not supposed to be. So that's that. That's that. Part-time lover. So I guess y'all got the real morning vibe experience this morning. Those girls probably saw me cry so many times over the last 2 years. So I'll just be frustrated. I'll be like, that's a thing, I guess. It just sometimes and I almost knew this morning. I was like, I think I'm gonna cry today on accident when I'm doing my video, and I did. But I mean, it's fine. It's just I don't have any shame about my tears. I just hate how they look and sound like. Anyway, Jenny told me once that she was like, "You cry so pretty." You cry so pretty. I was like, girl, you must not be looking at the same thing I'm looking at, but okay. I was born in the wrong. Yeah, I was kind of real messed up about that when my baby told me that. I was like, what? All right, we got look like 7 pentacles. So there was a thank you, Dana. My mama boo. All right. A mischievous person sits in a basket filled with eggs. A pet beetle hovers over the basket, leashed by its owner. Like, who has a pet beetle? Um, one egg has a candle on it. Another has a melted puddle of wax. The person wears elaborate clothing. The brightly colored egg suggests that a bountiful harvest has been gathered. There is ample bounty to be gained in this basket. The lit candle shines brightly as a beacon or a warning for others. The beetle is leashed but seems to be mounting an escape. If the person isn't careful, she will lose the beetle and be pulled out of her basket. The lesson of this card is to enjoy the bounty, but be careful to keep the harvest intact. Gathering resources, enjoying the harvest, and satisfaction of a job well done. Okay. Yeah. But I think for me, when I'm seeing the 7 of Pentacles right here, it feels like don't be afraid to start new. You know what I mean? Or to build a new harvest or to reap a new harvest or something. You know, in becoming a leader, it's like You might have to let that beetle go. Or perhaps you are the beetle that they're talking about that has been tied to this lady in her basket. You know, she's already built up what it is that she is going to build. She's already reaped her harvest. But the beetle is standalone on a leash. Like, get untied, get untethered, and go and create your own thing. Go build your own place with your own basket. Like this lady with the eggs in the basket, and see the little beetle at the top right there. Like, let it free. But in order for that beetle to get free, it might have to bite that bitch. And that's what I'm talking about. Are you ready to bite the lady who's been leashing you so that you can get free from the leash? Because it's probably unlikely that the lady would be like, you know what? I should just let the beetle go. Like, the beetle may have to bite the lady to get off the leash, or at least nibble on the cord, do something. Like, you're not going to experience any freedom until you change the wave. You got to do something different, you know? So, anyway, that's where I'm at today. I'm sending y'all love. I got to do a little bit of work, and then I need to take my son out to go shopping for a minute. He's going to buy a suit because we're going to a gala, the two of us, and he is going to be dressed in his teenage suit. All right, so I will see you later. Dana, thanks so much for being here. Don't be a self-hater, and just remember you are loved. Even if you are a passionate fire-breathing dragon, you have a place in this world, and you can be exactly who you are and shine bright just like a star. Okay. Bye-bye. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I guess it's tomorrow's Friday. Yeah. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And don't forget, it's new moon, so maybe we'll do some moon stuff. I don't know. I got to go buy some candles and things. All right. Bye-bye.